Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to get started with some things I just wanted to show you all for inspiration that I've worked on. And here was a mug that I had worked on maybe, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so. And I had used some kind of like Dylusion stain, but it was really thick, but it was something I got off of clearance a while back. So when I seen someone else had done this, I thought I would try. So these are this here red is the clearance, and the purple is Dylusions. And it was a Starbucks cup. It was solid white. And all they had done was put the ink on it, and then they had wrapped it with saran wrap and left it for, I forget how long they left it for, and I don't even remember how long I left it for. But I just think it really turned out really pretty, and I set it on my craft table over here, put, you know, my tweezers, whatever, paintbrushes, scissors, and what have you. Okay, so then when I went on to the Tim Holtz stuff, I thought I'll do the same thing with this bigger mug. This is like my soup mug. So I started out with the green, and I had, you know, I've not even put anything on it to make it take it, and it was, you know, slick all along. And I had just, you know, laid it down, of course, and with the green, and I just put a drip, just one little drip, and as it went down, it started separating. So, you know, put another drip and go all the way around, and it was basically looking like a lotus flower or something to that effect. So then I couldn't leave well enough alone. It's really pretty right there. I couldn't leave well enough alone, so then I went back in with the blue and done the drips down from the top. And then I couldn't find my spray paint glaze, so I had put some varnish, and I'll show you what I did use. I had put this, excuse me, that's the wrong one. I had put this varnish on it, which this is all I could find, and I had used this on one of my paintings, but I suggest don't do that, because it gives off that kerosene odor. So anyway, I finally found my Rust-Oleum thick glaze, and it has this thing on the front of it. And no, it's not going to come out blue. It's just showing you that it will make one of your planter pots really shiny, and it's clear glass-like coating. So then I finally found it and put on it, because the first day I had done all that, I thought that it would dry hard and I didn't need to do anything, but then when I put it in the dishwater and started washing it, it was wiping it off. So in case you all don't like something, just know it will come off. And I guess if you really wanted it off because you didn't like how it looked, you could probably take one of those Mr. Clean dry erase pads, I mean, you know, and wet it and probably take all of it off if you just did not like it. But anyway, so I put the triple thick glaze on it, and the other day I was putting it in the microwave, and I did kind of smell some of the varnish. So, you know, I just went ahead and left it. But then I had put some vinegar in a bowl and let it sit in the bowl. And now I can't smell anything, but that don't mean that when I put it back in the microwave, it may heat it back up. So, but anyway, it's a cool cup, I think, to put on your desk. Okay, so let me talk to you all about this a little bit. You know, I had been following Valerie Sogin if I'm saying her last name correctly. And I've always wanted to try one of her journals. But let me go back a couple years ago when I was watching Denise Lush. And I probably do have a video on this one, but I was trying to imitate the one she had done. And it didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to. And this is before I had ever ordered any of her Diane Reevely stickers. I mean, not stickers, but the stamps. So I would just freehand them myself. And, you know, this is the way, I'm trying to really find the one by Denise Lush, but it may be 2 or 3 years back. And, anyway, but it probably, if I just went in and tweaked it, I could probably make it look like a Valerie Sogin close to it. Okay, so I started my own, and this was supposed to have been the prototype. So anyway, I said butterflies are God's artwork. And as you can see, she puts layers on top of layers on top of layers of stencils, stamps, and what have you. And you know, this is the little border that's around a lot of Tim Holtz. And this one's not one of them, but the sleeves that you get. I think it's the one that comes around the front of it, you know, that tells what kind of journal it is. And I don't even think I have one at the moment because I cut them all up. Okay. So then you can see here it's a hot mess, but I had put a lot of layers on top of layers, and it was just getting kind of worse. So then I cut, you can't hardly see this leaf out, and doodled on it, and then wrote a little saying. And this here was some of my Aztec looking round things that put in the background. And then, you know, I've seen this flower background on Pinterest, so I ran it off. And this to me is, this page here is more like Valerie Sogin than the other pages are. Let me try to move you guys over here a little bit. You know how she likes to do the spirally design, and then she writes words for inspiration. And this here was another background off of Pinterest, which, you know, you have to put the stamp background, which she doesn't do this. She does strictly this. And I don't think she, you know, covers the page, but since my page was so dark, I wanted to do something to make it pop a little bit more. And this one here had turned out, it was a hot mess at first. It was this really dark green, and then I put the red stencil on it, so it was just like that. And I just wasn't digging it, so I went around and drew some circles, and then she, you know, hers are very intricate the way she does her, because it's almost like a paisley. But I guess she has all of her own stencils, you know, and then she layers her stencils and everything, which, you know, it's okay. It just doesn't pop like hers. And so I had free-handed some paisleys on the back. And I've noticed, you know, she uses a lot of blues and greens, but they're not this dark. But I kind of had to do my own little spin. And then this here was a 12 by 12, and this here was a Aztec looking circle. I had cut it up. And here's the other side. So I thought I would put this on the back, which I haven't yet to decide how I was going to attach it. And then I made another one out of, I thought, well, you know, there's some people who don't want to do all the drawing, and there's some people that don't have the stencils. Like me, I'm one of them. I don't have the round stencils, so I took 12 of 12s, which this paper pad is very, very, it's probably even outdated by now. And let me see if I see the paper pad. I just have gotten it back over here on the stack. I don't think I can even pull it out right now. But anyway, it's had, you know, like the mandalas and paisleys in it. So this was two different ones, you know, one was green and the other side was orange. So I stuck the two together because you will see both sides, and the back sides of each of them are white. So that's why I had to stick these two together. And then I stuck that on the back because I didn't have but one of these, so I had to break it up and put this here. And then I got too anxious and shut it, and the glue, it stuck. But you know, it's just something you can set on your desk if you like to, you know, maybe put some notes in there or what have you, or letters. And here was another one that I had made after watching Diane Reevely's thing with the borders. And you know, you can use her blocks, what do you call it, journaling block. And you know, that's another way to use up all these pads. And you know, these are folders. This wasn't, but you can stick paper to it. But you can see I painted them. But these are just, you know, folders. And then after I cut this out, you know, I went back with the black Posca to give it a border. And this one, you know, would be the easiest of the three. But that would have about the most impact. Okay. So today, I was wanting to show you one of my new, I made a new journal book, you know, which, you know, it's from all the signatures left over. So I put all those in like one of my magazine boxes. And I just put, you know, a stack of them together. It looks like maybe 15, 20 or so. So I put on the front cover this, one of those gorgeous papers. And then this was what women create. And I thought that looked really good on there with it. So this journal here, I thought that, you know, when I got to the dye inks and all that, I thought I still have a bunch of distressed spray stains and the dilutions that I'm never going to use up. And if I don't use them up, you know, they're just going to go to waste. So I was going to do this little short journal with a bunch of spray stains or something, you know, mostly stains or paints or something in the background instead of the pictures. But it's, you know, like, it's got to be every other page because, you know, the one that has the, not the duct tape, but the frog tape is attaching it. So these all here will have to be with the cutouts. So anyway, take your walk through and then we'll do one. And these were, you know, off of What Women Create, and just a bunch of little doodads. And mostly this is what I'm going to be doing in this one, you know, just putting a bunch of stencil in the background or stamps. And using up what I have from, you know, the little clip art and stuff off of Pinterest. Now I believe it's this one we're going to be working with today. And this one's not quite finished. And here's one with this one here is the Dylusions, and this here Dylusions, and I believe this here is the Distress Stain ink. And here's another one. And here's the other one, which I need to go back and maybe add something or add a bunch of stenciling too. Okay, so we're going to get started with the... I had already gone through and cut out some things. I want it to be kind of dark turquoisey stuff because I had, when I got my Variety magazine, you know, it always has these big letters. So I cut up all of those, and I said that would probably be great for interest in the background. And then here's the blue jewelry we're going to use. Here's a disc. And that it had words up there at the top, but I colored them in with some markers so, you know, you wouldn't see the words. And I think I'm going to use the tops of these bottles. This picture I've had kind of forever. And this is another perfume bottle. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and jumped ahead and put the letters down so we wouldn't have to sit through that. And I really just put them down in like the dead spaces. To add a little interest. And I like what this lady has on. I guess, you know, it's from the magazine What Women Create, and it had a bunch of dresses in there, which I've shown that video also of that magazine. And that was one of the dresses on the front of this is the other is one of the other dresses that they made out of unconventional stuff. And I believe I wanted her to go here. I think I did. And I think I want the row of bottles to go down here. And I think it's safe to put her down right here. I'm going to glue her instead of putting it down here because I know I don't want the glue at the top until I get that other behind her, but I don't know how I want it yet till I get her on the page. Sorry. And I had her glued to a black piece of cardstock. There I was putting glue on top up there. I think I want to add this, but I couldn't remember if I wanted to put this over her head or through her head or something to that effect. Not quite sure, but if I don't hurry up and get it on there, it's going to stick to everything else. I don't know, I guess I could have put it lower. And now she wants to warp and her hair wants to stick up because it's really thick cardstock. I see it's off to one side too. We may have to go with that unless I find something else. I do think I want... Well, I did want that up there, but I don't think I do now. Let's put this bottle. Let's see. It lacks a little something up here. I don't know even what that went to. It's just I kept the green and I was pulling a bunch of images. That were blue or turquoise. Okay, so we're going to have to let this dry. Okay, so I went over everything with the Posca pen, and I think I want to try something. I'm not really digging the white in the letters like I thought I would. It does make it pop, but I want to try the sepia thing. And we'll all learn together if it's a fail or not. But I don't think I've ever done it in a journal. But we may just knock back the letters first. Okay, I think I like that better, but I do have to clean it up a little. Let's see, some of the letters are a bit slick. And I didn't like the white around her either. It's different. Probably even if you didn't like this, you could probably take a baby wipe and wipe a lot of it back off. You just got to try some different things every now and then. Can't say for sure right now I'm loving it, but I did try it. It probably wouldn't have hurt had I left it to dry overnight before I did this. Like I said, you can go back and wipe off if you don't want it so much there. I like that how it wiped off the little bit of the magazine page. Made it kind of white, like it was old. Kind of like that. And look how that's doing her dress, guys. See? It was a happy accident. Look how it's doing her dress. See, we all learned something new together. See, it knocked down the white, and it did give their dress and hair the texture, and the bottle. Okay, I think I probably will go around the edge in the black Posca like I should have and forgot. I do like that white that kind of gives it worn look, even though I was trying to get rid of the white, but the white it's bringing up is I'm digging it. I'm going to have to remember that in the future. Okay, guys, so I think I'll go ahead and go around in the Posca and then show you all that. Okay, guys, so I did go around the edge with my black Posca, and I went back around most everything with the Posca to make it pop a little bit, but for the most part, I think I like it. It was a learning experience for all of us, so hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you could, give me a thumbs up, and as always, see you tomorrow.